Hello and welcome to the Loresworn playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory as Australia, where we find ourselves in a familiar situation where we're just kind of doing some island hopping. Honestly, I think if the Soviet Union doesn't collapse by like the end of 45, we can probably just call this, because we're not going to see anything like interesting and ahistorical to the point that it would be,
Oh, no, absolutely.
interesting for the viewer. Yeah, I'm TJ Hafer, by the way. DM Schmeier
Hello.
is here as well, and Chloe Liz will be joining us through part of this session. So, yeah. So we have been basically just trying to get intelligence so we can launch our
Born invasions of
guys.
things. Yes. Our seaborne invasions of things.
I almost said it. I almost
The United States and the Philippines have nearly pinned Japan back to their home islands.
Right. So I believe we can actually use their port here to invade Taiwan. If these guys ever get their shit together and actually get naval intelligence to launch
The
their
United
orders.
Kingdom, interestingly enough, is mopping Japan up on the continent there.
Yeah, or at least giving them something to worry about. No units aside of the order. Well, what else would you think that I would want you to do here? Do I have the right? Okay, these are the guys we want. All right. No, that's not what I wanted at all. Somehow I fucked it up again.
There we go.
So I guess everybody's just coming to the Philippines. We'll worry about this later. Unless I can catch these guys.
Probably not.
Let's just catch them and put them in a separate army. Henry Winter. Land them here. Land them wherever. Land them there. That'll work. Alright. Just so it doesn't take twice as long to prepare the invasion.
Gonna invade Taiwan. Gonna get it done.
Yeah. Naval combat. Apparently, okay, there are some Japanese boats here.
Not anymore. Oh.
Yeah, so the people who told me to turn the Navy off of Do Not Disengage because the U.S. had already killed the Japanese Navy, vindicated. Vindicated.
Yes.
We should not have done that.
Ow.
Just want to let you know. We only lost one division, so I'm not that irritated, but I am vindicated in that I did not think that was a good idea, and I did it on the suggestion of people in the comments, and we ended up losing some boats.
Way to be wrong, folks. Way to be wrong.
Way to be wrong. No. Thank you for tuning in, though. We do appreciate it.
We are.
Yeah.
We're just human beings and like our daily dose of passive aggression.
Yeah, exactly. Seems like probably they left Taiwan undefended. We'll find out in just a second, because we have night vision, so we can see in the dark and shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dark seeing is highly sought
dark
after.
Vision, yeah. Usually you have to pay like a feat for that.
Absolutely. And then roll an incomprehensible amount of dice to decide whether or not you do actually, in fact, see in the dark.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. Biggest mistake I made, though, I didn't invest enough points in the breathe skill.
That can be a problem.
It was. I thought I could make do with 3, but then my passive breathe bonus wasn't very high, and I just dropped dead walking to work one day.
It happens to millions of Americans.
Hey, did you roll your dice to right-click, bro?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll find out.
All I know is I've seen your character sheet, and your right pinky skill is very low.
Is it?
It
well,
is.
I don't really use my right pinky. I mostly use my 3. I use my index finger, my middle finger, and my ring finger on the mouse. My right pinky just kind of helps me guide it around. But I don't know.
I wouldn't be comfortable with a 1 in that.
I haven't read the source book to find out, how much that affects your your mouse.
How many source books?
alacrity.
How many source books are there by now? Like 80?
Yeah, well, they're coming out with a new edition of Real Life this year.
Oh yeah,
so
gonna rewrite some things.
Probably
I hear they're gonna make
be
it more. They're gonna try to make there be
changes.
more a focus on fun, is what I've heard.
I would certainly like that. I would appreciate
Yeah.
that a lot.
Because when it was focused on number crunching in the metagame,
Yeah.
a lot of really important people died.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. If they could just nerf, I think nerfing all diseases would be a nice step to take.
It would be, absolutely.
Just
Another
in
step I
general.
would like to take is maybe like an increase in lifespans, because nobody dumps points into the age gracefully skill, because it's mutually exclusive with the drink beer, smoke, and do drugs skill. So no one makes it a priority.
I don't know if like guys like George Clooney are just getting that from gear or what. Like, did they loot some plus 11 to...
George Clooney can probably do some mad dungeon crawling, bro.
I bet he could. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see, we have some free military factories.
Be in the middle of the dungeon, be like, ain't this a geographical oddity? An undersea
First
trench
time.
where super legendary swords are.
Let's see. Just until we research some better planes, I'll just use it to get more artillery, because why not?
You know who I suspect, though, is like the best player at this game?
Yeah.
Keith Richards. How in
Yeah.
God's name is he still
Well,
alive?
he's using cheats, obviously. Afghanistan capitulated. Were they in the Axis?
I think so.
No. Okay, so they were fighting the Soviets.
And the
Yeah.
Soviets overwhelmed them.
Yeah, I'm really kind of disappointed with the Axis performance in this series, if I'm being honest. And now it's going to say we don't have intel, right? Yep, lack sufficient intel. So we can't get it with our boats. The U.S. is not helping us out in that regard. So we might be stuck in a situation where we just have to send volunteer divisions to Europe, because I'm not sure what else we can do without naval supremacy at this point. What is it saying? It's saying we still don't have... It's saying we should be able to invade here. We'll see if it actually is true. Because we tried this before, and they lied to us. They lied. They were liars.
Big fat phonies.
Big that they were. Alright, so it's saying we have intel here now, so we can at least pick that up.
We come back to this series after, I think, about a week off of it. About a few days.
We've been having a hell of a time finding a consistent time to record this series that everybody involved is available. Just with the move and work and everything. Well, they're pushing a little bit toward Kiev.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get ready. Which we should.
Yeah.
It's going to be time-consuming and expensive and such.
Let's see. Come on, just one naval invasion without having to deal with bullshit. Yes!
Take that bullshit. Take that, sir.
I said good day, sir. I said good day.
I
said good day. Because we're playing as Australia, so...
I miss those eras. Like, that was the time where you could greet somebody and have it be, like, an F off. Like, nowadays you have to tell people F off.
Yeah.
Back then you could just be like, have a nice day, sir. And that's what it meant.
Yeah. Let's see. We're still waiting for, like, 1945 for a lot of these technologies to
What you really
knock
meant was go jump off a cliff.
And we can go ahead and get the next level. Yeah, it's still a little bit ahead. Universal Carrier LP. I liked the Universal Carrier LP. It's, some of their albums ran a little long, but the LP was like the right length.
I know. We got a wicked talented bassist.
Yeah, Iraq has joined the Axis.
Not a good call.
No.
Not a good call, Iraq.
Not in this point. Pax Americana. U.S. is going to be focusing... Well, they're already kind of focusing on enemies abroad, so I don't know if that was the most logical thing for them to do. Do we want to finally do the classify aliens so we can get another research slot?
Probably.
Jeez, that's such a trade-off, though, because you lose 3 national unity. That's actually not too bad.
I mean, we want
Change in popularity of fascists and communists, yeah, which we're not really worried about, but yeah, that
We
extra
want-
research slot is worth it.
It is. That can turn you into a power.
May have taken in some immigrants with loyalties to their homeland. We will register and track foreign-born Australians.
Well, I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah,
At least we're stopping at tracking.
yeah. Let's see. So I want to see if we can bring just all of these boats. Bring them all together in harmony. No, that's not where I clicked though. Alright, fine, do whatever you want. I'm not your real dad.
That's a woeful miscalculation on Iraq's part.
Yeah.
Like, way to read the tea leaves there, Iraq.
Exactly. They're not really in good
Iraq rolled a natural 1 on their critical thinking roll.
in their which way is the wind blowing roll. Convoy escort. We just need I feel like the East China Sea is going to be a dangerous place for us.
It is, but we need intel in it.
Yeah, well, let's see what we can do. Oh. I think that just gave us the go-ahead. Yeah, if the IJN isn't here, we can just go ahead and invade the home islands. Oh, and there's a naval battle.
Run!
Where's the U.S. Navy? Where's the Navy? I think they're only attacking us with, like, one destroyer, though? Not even. It's a single submarine. So we might get out unscathed, or only moderately scathed.
And we got Liberia, folks.
Yeah.
So that's a game changer.
The great nation of Liberia.
Right there.
Yep, they've got 2 strategic provinces, 13 factory slots, and 6 infrastructure, so watch out.
Game changer.
Liberia has been called in as our ally. So Australia's in a state of war. I think, yeah, we want to hold elections as usual.
Yes, we do.
This one submarine. Oh, Greece finally capitulated. They held out for a long time.
Yes, they did. Sorry, Greece.
I don't know if that'll change things on the Levantine front, because the Allies have just been pretty much rolling across there, and they now have made a landing in nationalist Spain. Yeah. Sorry we didn't turn the difficulty up high enough. I wish this had been more exciting. I really do.
I think it was plenty entertaining just exploring the interface and stuff. The focus trees.
Right.
And we know that going forward in our playthroughs of expansions of this game that we need to beef the Axis up in a big way.
Yeah. I don't know. Are they just going to sink this entire convoy with one submarine when we have a convoy escort fleet that's supposed to be protecting them? We lost one cruiser, but they should still be doing their job. That might actually be a bug. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna lose all of these convoys to one submarine.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
That is-
That's more than a little ridiculous.
That is pretty ridiculous. Like, at least a few of them would get away. Yep. So we just lost our 4 best divisions and all of those convoys.
Nah.
Because the U.S. Navy is... I don't even know where. Honestly, at this point, it's impossible to track Allied navies from what I can tell in this game, so...
Yeah, they should fix that.
Yeah. I feel like this is kind of a downer episode. I feel bad. I feel like the people deserve better than what they're getting here.
Woo! Excitement!
Like
you go.
spiking the microphone.
You're welcome.
Chloe
You're
is
welcome.
here.
I don't know
Chloe
what's
has come
happening.
to
All I
join
heard
us.
was that you guys were having a down episode, and
Yeah.
people deserve better.
Yeah.
I agree. People deserve better.
Yeah.
PJ.
Well, let's see. We're kind of in a position where it's hard to do anything.
Here's a thought. We've shown off. I feel like what a playthrough as Australia is like we're having a hard time impacting the war. You want to try starting something else? Like trying some Raj?
That's an idea. That's a potential idea. So how about this? We'll finish out this episode, however much longer we have, and then I'll put a poll on this, like if people want to see more of our Australia playthrough, or if you would rather that we start as someone else for the next episode. I don't think Timbuktu is a country in this time period.
Just do it. You become the emperor of Timbuktu.
That would be France, actually, because France owned Timbuktu.
France can be an interesting playthrough of this game, actually. If you can survive 1940.
I'm fairly sure Timbuktu.
But you have
is
to
in
move.
this region.
You have to move the capital of France to Timbuktu, and then you become the empire of Timbuktu.
Well, if we play EU4, we actually can play as Timbuktu. Like, that's actually a playable nation.
That sounds amazing.
Do we not have... That's why. Okay, so we don't have military access with Britain. That's why we weren't able to do that thingy earlier. So maybe...
I feel like we should rebuild our military a little bit after the massacre of the lone submarine.
Well, we don't have a lot of manpower. I guess we could go... We could go to... we're on extensive, so we'd have to go to service by requirement, I think,
I don't know.
Reduces our factory output.
We'll be alright.
Our home army is fine for the most part.
We're just not going to be able to really impact the conflict at this point.
Yeah, that's the somewhat annoying part. And the conflict's not really coming to us because the Axis is collapsing for the most part on most fronts. So let's play up to like January 1944. We'll call it for this episode, and then we'll ask people: Do you want to see more of this? Do you want us to, I don't know, turn on everybody and try to conquer the world as Australia, or would you rather that we start with something new on our next?
Because it'd be pretty cool to experiment with some of the other national focuses and
you guys should make a rival evil empire to the Axis.
That's actually possible.
With the Comintern.
You can do that, or not even the Comintern. You could play as. Actually, almost any nation can do it if you
can call
take
them
the right
the First
focuses.
Order, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And name your first general Darth Vader.
Darth Vader didn't fight for the First
I know,
Order.
but the First Order didn't fight in World War II either, so none of this timelines even make sense.
Fictional literalism.
Can we maintain some consistency with our ridiculous pop culture alternate history? Jeez.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, no.
Okay, fine. Call him General Solo.
Of course.
Ambiguously. General
It's making
Solo.
less and less sense as time goes on here.
She just keeps going.
All right, concentrated industry, excellent. We don't need radar right now.
Shoot, dude, 60%.
For what?
Atomic reactors.
Yeah, why not? Let's take 51 days. I don't really find myself using nukes that often in this game. You'd think that would be like one of the big things you go for, but since there's no mutually assured destruction mechanic, and they're mostly useful for getting a nation with high national unity to surrender in World War II context, I don't find myself going for them all that.
We could start dropping bombs to try to end the war, though.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time, though. I don't even know if we have the slots to make that work. Although, yeah, we do have access to the Dutch East Indies now, so... Japan's getting rolled back, pretty much.
Everywhere.
Germany has stalled. The Allies are winning in Anatolia. And
there's been a D-Day, if you haven't seen.
Yeah, they defeated the landing in southern Spain, it looks like, possibly. But yeah, there has been a D-Day landing, and it seems to be going pretty well, actually. So, yeah, I think moral of the story... Germans are getting close to Kiev, but they would need to be hitting Moscow about now to turn the war around, I think. So moral of the story is, even when we're playing as a very minor nation, we're too good at this game to have moderate benefits on the Axis. We need to give pretty significant benefits to all of the Axis nations if we want to have a challenge.
Yep.
So we learned that, which was
Good
something
information for
useful.
later.
Yeah.
You can call your
could
first
invade down
order
there.
general the Grand Poobah of the First Order of Timbuktu.
the Grand Poobah of the First Order of Timbuktu. Very important historical figure.
Yes.
He doesn't
We
get
will
enough
make him
credit
agree.
for what
The
he
Grand
did.
Poobah of the water buffaloes.
For what he did for the First Order of Timbuktu. Yeah, he was really the father of their country. I think it's safe to say.
Their country.
So now that Australia is a fully sovereign nation, we're no longer receiving access to advanced prototypes, except we are from the U.S. We ensure that we always stay ahead of our enemies and do not fall behind in technology. So we're going to do some defense research.
What defense research we haven't done.
Yeah. So... Oh, I wanted naval map mode. Oh, and look, now they have intel in the East China Sea. Now they're helping.
Stupid East China Sea.
Yeah, it's
Always
like...
a frickin' problem.
It's the worst China Sea, honestly.
Of the 4 China Seas,
Of-
it is the
yeah,
worst.
of the China Seas, I just don't get along well with
East
the
side.
East.
It's
Yeah,
a terrible neighborhood. There's a lot of water
Yeah,
and boats.
yeah. Well, and we're kind of West Side. We're West Side people here. We've all lived on the West Coast, and we've never really lived on the East Coast. So, I think
mean,
we're
talking about the South, so
we're
it's
the
different.
East. We're the East-West rap wars to erupt again. I think we would all have to go West Coast.
I would begrudgingly take up my microphone to battle
Yeah,
the East once again
yeah,
with rhymes that sizzle.
yeah.
Spit
you know-
hot. My name is Dylon, and I do spit hot fire.
There you go.
I was a war hero in those rap battles. That was a different time.
It's a different time. Different kind of people.
Different time, different kind of outfits.
Yeah.
I wore a bandana on my head.
The Vikings actually
days.
had a form of rap battle. It was called fluting. That
Yeah, but did they have
they were
tattoos whose meaning was undecipherable, TJ? I think
probably.
not.
Actually, they probably did. I mean, they did have. Some of them did have tattoos. I don't know if they knew what they meant at the time, but yeah.
I was watching 22 Jump Street the other day. That's
Yeah.
still my favorite joke from that movie. They think the guy's the villain, sees his tattoo, he's like, "Oh, this is just the mascot of my old high school, the Eastville Red Herrings."
Those were very well written movies.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, I think that the concept behind it sounded like just another dumb Hollywood reboot.
But then they took it very in stride
Yeah.
and very like wink wink nudge nudge, and it totally worked.
Well, and I like that Channing Tatum is not full of himself and he understands, like, he's kind of in on the joke of Channing Tatum, so that's always fun to see him kind of riff on himself a little bit.